Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back. And welcome back, No Contact Army. I hope you've been a good little soldier. And if you too would like to enlist in the No Contact Army, it's very easy. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button and you're in. And to read the No Contact Army manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com, where you can read 2 free chapters before purchasing the book. This week, I want to talk about, will your ex leave you again? Yes. So you've done no contact, you've been a good little soldier, and now somehow you are in contact with your ex. Either you ran into them, they contacted you, and what are you going to do now? Because the crucial part of getting an ex back is not just no contact. In a way, that's actually the easy part. Although I know for people with an anxious attachment style, that's the worst part because their anxiety is so high, because they're so afraid they're never going to hear from their ex. They're so afraid they're not going to get back together with the ex. But it's actually easier because you really have to do nothing. It's harder once you are now in contact, because if you mess this part up, then you're either not going to get your ex back, or you're going to get back together and they're going to break up with you again. That's why you have to do things correctly. And as usual, I have a comment here from someone that did not do it correctly. So we're all going to learn from someone else's mistake and find out what to do when you are back in contact with your ex. Okay, so she says, Day 35 of no contact. Short-term relationship of 3 months, but we talked every day. He's been dating another girl 4 days after the breakup. No, he was probably dating her before the breakup. It's rare that someone's going to break up with someone and then all of a sudden 4 days later he's dating someone else. She was probably there beforehand. He suddenly changed his profile picture 2 weeks after the breakup, even though he had that picture up ever since I met him 8 months ago. I don't know if he still thinks about me, but I do still think about him. We had a clean breakup, and I agreed to it when he brought it up and didn't fight it. We'll update on day 45. Well, she didn't update on day 45. She waited 2 months. So if you're going to leave a comment under a YouTube video, please give us an update, because people do want updates to see what happened. Okay, so now this is 2 months later, and she says, it all went badly when I heard from that he was asking our mutual friend about me. That friend threw a party several weeks later, and bam, me and my ex were all over each other again. Bad, bad, bad. Because what message are you sending? Again, I've said before, you teach people how to treat you. So someone breaks up with you, they start dating someone else, many months go by, you see them, and now you're all over them. Basically what you're saying is, hey, treat me any way you want, because I'm so into you that you can break up with me, and then as soon as I see you, I'll just pick up with you where I left off. No questions asked. That's not the message you want to send someone. She continues, the problem, yes, there is a problem now, is that he's still dating that girl and was going to Spain with her a few days after our encounter. I can't get myself to feel bad because I feel like it was never a real relationship anyway, what they had. Well, we don't know that. I mean, that may be just something that you tell yourself in order to feel better. So you're not in that relationship. You don't know what's going on. I'm starting no contact for the second time now, and this time it's not to get him back, but to get over him completely. I don't think we're healthy for each other. So, okay, she's going to move on, or at least that's what she says. So the main problem is that, she saw her ex, and I don't know what she means by we were all over each other again. I'm sure that means that we're making out and kissing, whatever. So what does that tell you? It's like he's willing to cheat on the girl he's with, and he just felt like, kissing you and doing whatever because he saw you, but he wasn't trying to get back with you. You don't just hop back in with someone. No questions asked. This is why I did the video, 6 questions to ask your ex if they want to get back together. And I'll put the link up above for you to click on. You don't just jump back in thinking, oh yes, they're so happy to see me, everything's fine. I mean, I don't know if she even bothered asking if he was still seeing that girl. Because if she had said, hey, are you still dating that girl? Yes, I am. Oh, okay. Well, then, you know what? Don't touch me. Don't kiss me. We're not doing anything. But she didn't. And obviously she didn't ask the 6 questions. And you don't know what their intentions are. You don't know if they're just trying to use you to get over you. And how they answered those 6 questions is going to tell you a lot about how much they want to get back together. Because if they get defensive when answering those questions, then they're not ready to get back together. And that's exactly what those questions are designed for. It's like, I need to know how serious you are. And those questions will tell you how serious someone is. Because if they're not willing to answer those questions and have good answers, then they're not in a place where they want to get back together. And besides the 6 questions, there also has to be a price to be paid. They broke up with you. They want you back. What price are they willing to pay? There's a price to be paid for breaking up with you. You can't just let someone break up with you or do anything and let them get away with it, so to speak. Because then, again, you teach people how to treat you, and you're saying, you can break up with me and there's no consequences. That's like a child who misbehaves. Oh, there's no consequences. You're going to create a monster. I'm not saying you're going to turn your ex into a monster, but they know they don't have to do a lot to get you back. And where's the respect? It's about commanding respect. No, you don't get to break up with me and then just come back. There has to be a price to pay, and you decide what that price is. So when you do start to have contact with your ex, as I've said in a previous video, don't assume they want to get back together unless they say they do. And if they say they do, you need to figure out what price do they have to pay, and they need to answer the 6 questions. And if they're unwilling to do that, then there's no point, because then the chances are very high that indeed they will break up with you again. And if you thought the first breakup was hard, now you feel even worse because you did no contact, you had them back, or I thought you did, and now they're gone again. And now what? Right? So please don't put yourself into that situation. So comment below and let me know if you've heard from your ex and how did it go? How did you behave? Did you ask them the 6 questions? Was there a price to pay? How did you handle that situation? And in the meantime, if you would like my help to get your ex back, go to theartoflove.net. The direct link is below, and we'll send you the rates. If this video was helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. If you're listening to this as a podcast, please rate and review. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.